Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. My name is Anil, and in this Angular video tutorial we will learn a very important topic, and you can say that another very important topic in the which is the lazy loading components. So this feature is introduced in the Angular 9, which is released in the February 2020. So now this is the August 2020. So you can say that this feature is pretty new in the Angular, and most of the guys are not aware to this feature, but sometime interviewer and you also need this feature in the real time projects, right? So look out the points of the video. We will make the two components, and then we will make the two functions on two buttons. On these two buttons we will call the functions, and these functions are responsible for loading two component, right? Yeah. Now the question is, why lazy loading components are required. So what actually happen in the normal case? Let's say we have 200 components in our Angular project, right? So when we just visit our website or load our website, the 200 components are just load on a single time, so they make our website little bit slower, right? But we need our website faster. Then what actually we will do, we will just add the lazy loading with the components, and what it will do, it will just load the component when we are just call it. So let's say we will click on a button, and on a button click we want to load this component. So they will not going to load on the website load, they will only call when we just click on any button, or any we will just perform any event, or we will just want to call them, right? So now let's see how we can do it. So first of all, let's just clear out the command line and make the two fresh components. So just write here ng g for generate c4 component, and just write here admin list, right? And like the another one, let's say user list, right? So now just go to the app.component.ts file, and first of all we need to import the two things. One is the view container ref, and another one is the component factory resolver. I will tell you why we have to import them, but first of all let's import them and make an instance. So just put here view container ref, and another one is component factory resolver, right? So now let's just make a constructor, and let's simply make the instance, and I just want to make them private. So just simply write here view container, just you can write here like this, view container ref, like vrc, and it will be instance of view container ref, right? And we can also make it small if you want. And the another one is, let's make the another one instance here private. Just put here c, that means component factory resolver, right? And another, this is the instance of component factory resolver. And now what they actually do, first thing is that view container reference is responsible for making a container where we can just place the lazy loaded component, right? And component factory resolver will make the component from the code, right? You can say that this will just generate the component from the code, right? So I hope you just got the both of point, and when we are just using them, then you will just more able to relate them. So now let's go on a HTML file and make two buttons here, right? The first button like this right here, admin load, right? And make a click event also. So just write here simply click, and load a function like load admin, right? And similarly let's make another one function, and just put here user load, and just put here load user, right? And I think I just have to write here like this, and this is more meaningful, right? Now you will see that we have two buttons here, and on the both of button click we will load the component as respective components, right? So now let's go to the app.component.ts file, and let's make the two functions here. And as you know, function names is here, load admin and load user. So just define a function like this, and the another one is just make this, and here you can just write here load user, right? Now in this function what we are going to do, first of all we will just clear the container, which is this. So just write here this dot vrc dot clear, right? And the another one is you can just write here const, and first of all now we are just loading our component with which component we want to load on the admin, right? So just simply write here import, and just put here like admin list, then admin list component, and just put here yeah, one more thing, when we just use the import, then we have to just use the async await, because this is basically generate a promise, right? So just write here async and put here await, right? Now let's import the admin component, right? I'm just going to hide the sidebar so that you can just watch our complete code, right? Now after that you have to just use here view container ref. So just use here this dot view container ref dot create component, and this function actually have accept the function which is this dot cfr dot resolve component factory, and here just pass your component name, which is admin list component, right? That's great, and that's it. And the similar thing you can just copy it from here to here, and let's change the simply component name and all. So just simply put here user list, user component list, and just put here user component list here, and same thing, let's register the same const here. So I think you got that part, and let me just revise once again. First of all we need to import the view container ref and view factory resolver. View container ref will basically create a container like a div or paragraph where you can just put your component, right? And the component factory resolver will actually generate the your component from the code, or you can just say that the execute the code and generate the component. And we will just clear this view container ref so that we can the previous component can be removed from here, then import this component and create the new one. And similarly we will do in the second function also, right? And here we need to just put here async. So I think everything is fine now. So let's see if we still have any problem, then we will see now. But this is working perfect. Here you can see that on every click the components are loading here, right? So now how you can just prove someone that they are not loading at the refresh or just loading the website time, right? They are actually loading on the button click. For that you can just make any console in these components. So let's say in the user we will just write here like console.won, and you can just put here user component, right? And similarly just go to the admin ts file and put this here, and just simply put here admin component. Now when you just refresh it, now you can see that there is a no console and all, right? But when I click on these, then now you can see that this is loading here and this is loading here. Now let's say if you have the dynamic components and all, so let's say here you have the list of thousands of people's like admin and users and super admin and students and employees and all blah blah, then you don't need to load them at the website loading time. You can just load them on a button click, right? So that's a simple way to just use the lazy loading component. If you still have any confusion, ask me in the comment box. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and like this video.